It's two shows in one, the Superhero Comic-Con and Car Show, August 4th through the 7th, in San Antonio at the Freeman Expo Hall, presented by Thomas J. Henry. It's a Comic-Con with stars like Ewan McGregor, Haley Atwell, Simu Liu, Giancarlo Esposito, wrestling superstar Hulk Hogan, Arrow's Stephen Amell, Dave Bautista, and many more. Plus a massive Hollywood car show with 45 awesome cars like Batmobiles and Transformers Optimus Prime. Tickets available at pmxevents.com.
So now we're going to get into the 11-man game. We're going to start with 2A Division 2. Let's go to the predictions, okay? Here's what we got. A lot of us are, first of all, I think the headline here is that all of us are picking Mart to win the state championship. Is that correct, folks?
Yeah.
All of us like the Mart Panthers. They look like, and so, by the way, we all picked them to win Region 3 as well.
Yes, I think we did our the bracketology videos before we did this. This feels like a year that's kind of getting back to form, right? Mart's been absent. I mean, they made the state title a couple years ago, but lost. This feels like turning to get back to what we're used to, which is Mart kind of running the table more or less in 282.
They're also outscoring opponents 556 to 55.
That seems
they're just playing complimentary football.
Decent.
I mean,
The math do
the
be
whole
mathin'.
season.
Math do be math. Mart looks like the best team. They're the number one team in the state for a reason. Region 1, we all like Wellington. We've all got Wellington to win Region 1, which I think is a little. What are you doing?
There we go.
There's our other picks.
We all like Wellington in Region 1. And Region 1 does feel like there's a couple of landmines potentially for the Skyrockets, but they do feel like the best team in Region 1, and I think that feels like the overall just the headline there.
Yeah, they've been kind of on the cusp of breaking through. It feels like every year, right? We feel like it's going to be the year where they come out of Region 1, they potentially make a push towards AT&T. I think this is their best opportunity to. I feel that.
Yeah,
it's a gut feeling, but I feel like it is probably their best team in a while.
I think maybe Vega is maybe the second best team in that region or something like that, but I don't know. Wellington does feel like the best team there in Region 1. Over in Region 2, though, I believe we've got some interesting change-ups.
Yeah,
We're kind of split here. First time we're going to have to talk these things through. Ish, you, and Pickle are on the Albany train. We like the Lions, like Denny Faith, to go out there and win Region 2. But Matt Stepp and Mallory Hartley, the Wink Wildcats get the nod in Region 2, Mallory.
Yeah, I just don't think that if you're taking a look at Region 2, I just don't think that there is a team out there that can defeat Wink. I mean, I know you picked Albany in that sense, but they're 10-0. I think Cannon Gibson is playing inspired football on both sides of the ball there. I just don't think there's anyone that's going to be stopping Wink.
I mean, the argument for Wink is pretty easy to make, which is they got Cannon Gibson, and that offense is a flamethrower.
It's very good.
That's basically
I honestly think between these two, this was, out of all of the brackets, this was one of the toughest picks that I had to make between those two, because I could totally see the argument either way.
Right.
I think Albany's a little bit more physical.
That's probably where it ends up going. I think I trust their defense a little bit more, which is probably why they get the nod. But I mean, we're talking razor's edge type stuff there. Right. We talked about Region 3 with Mart, and then down in Region 4, all of us here in the studio. Hey guys, high fives!
Good job, go team!
Job. Around.
High fives all around. The Chilton Pirates get the nod there, but Matt Stepp, our Canadian friend,
Just had to be different.
Going with the Burton Panthers. Now, look, Burton is an interesting team because they started off super slow.
Sure.
But they got the wheels back on in district play. I just think Chilton, my thought on the matter is I think Chilton is the best team from the best district in that region. And so as a result, I think that they're the most battle-tested team.
Well, and the crazy part about that is we'll likely get that matchup between those two teams in the regional semis. So we're going to have probably that region figured out.
That'll be exciting
during that game.
Yeah,
if
we'll have our bracketology video coming out here a little bit later to kind of break down the region. But as we were kind of talking about, that top half of the region for Region 4 does feel like kind of the dirty side of the bracket. And so
I get Stepp's pick with Burton as well, because this is probably their best team since that D Winters team from a couple years ago, where they were probably. I feel like they probably, I don't want to say underachieved, but they probably didn't reach the heights that they thought they would with that kind of talent. This is definitely their best shot since then. So it didn't surprise me that he sees a potential there.
I mean, and they've been, look, they've been the more consistent team out of Region 4, right? Like, if it's not going to be Falls City, which was the team that made it to a state championship game last year, and I think all of us kind of agree that this is not that kind of vintage Beavers team, and they've got a real tough first-round matchup with Bremond. If it's not them, then it's like you're going to have a new face out there, and maybe Burton has been kind of that I don't want to say that bridesmaid, but they've been that second place team, the team that couldn't get past Fall City. And so I think that I understand what Stepp is saying. He's wrong, though.
Well, it also, you know what that also like makes. I mean, you know,
plain and simple here.
Tough but fair. But that also makes
He's
me
not here to defend
interested,
himself.
since we all
Even in the
did
country.
pick Mart. Usually we're so used to seeing Mart Fall City, Mart Fall City, Mart Fall City that they've always just had the playbook and they know exactly what they're going to get. So regardless, it does make me wonder if our like total agreement on Mart could waver just a little bit, just because they're going to be playing someone that they're not used to playing.
Yes, absolutely. And so that is 2A Division II, our smallest 11-man classification. All of us like Mart to win the state championship. They do feel like the best team in 2A Division II, and certainly I would say the favorite in Region 3 for sure. We didn't talk about it, but Region 3, that does feel like there. Of course, you can find all the brackets at texasfootball.com/playoffs. Got everything you need for the 2022 Texas High School Football Playoffs.